Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another update on the Mike Rashid situation because new information has come to light. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. All right, the reason I've got something new to talk about is apparently Richard Rodriguez, the supposed head of the snake here, the head of the organization, has made a public statement because he is out on bail apparently. He's made a statement, and there were some implications there that he might be rolling on Mike Rashid. Now, I want to state up front with this because some people are like, why are you hating on this? I'm hating on this because it's stupid. It was stupid to get involved in this. What more can you say? Anyone who got into this operation is stupid. Let's just be frank about it. And that's worth talking about because it affects the entire YouTube fitness community. This is a big deal. And people need to understand, I'm not anti-gear. I am not anti-anabolic steroid. I don't even think they should be illegal. So let me make that clear up front. I'm not hating on people for selling gear. I'm not hating on people for using gear. I'm hating on people for doing stupid and unethical stuff. And some of that involves underground labs because, truth be told, I am of the honest opinion, based upon all the medical evidence I've seen over the years, that 80% of health problems that people get related to anabolics are due to contaminated, dirty, nasty substances because they are made in underground labs, because they are black market products that are being produced in less than sanitary conditions. That causes most of the health conditions. People are injecting dirty shit into their body. All right, that's what's causing most of the problems. The rest are caused by either genetic predispositions towards problems or people grossly abusing these substances, which we see plenty of. Rich Piana, Boston Lloyd, they abuse the fuck out of gear. They fucking abuse it. Their admitted doses are clearly drug abuse. So that's what we're talking about here. I mean, I'm for decriminalization of a lot of things, including marijuana. I think marijuana should be legalized in the United States and have a luxury tax slapped on it like we do cigarettes and tobacco. Problem solved. You got to be 18 to buy it, 18 to use it, put a 20% tax on it, be done with it. Problem solved. Hell, it might actually balance our budget. You know, it might actually balance our budget to take a cash crop like that and legalize it and just put a tax on it. Think of all the taxpayer money we save in jails. So, you know, I'm not real big on restricting people's personal choices. So it's not about that. It's about just stupidity and running an illegal operation stupidly, particularly one that people know and talk about being underdosed in garbage on top of it. That's a big problem. Again, quality control. Producing a low-quality product. Now, that being said, if you guys look at the stuff on the page, there is clear evidence that he is talking about Mike Rashid there because someone else mentions Mike and things down in there, talks about him, and he's just like, all of it will come out eventually. And it's obvious that he is talking about Mike Rashid. And this also means he's probably going to roll on it. And the thing is, let's look at the facts that we know up front. Because those are important facts of this whole situation. And, you know, people need to quit saying stuff like, oh, if the feds had anything on him, they would have arrested him already. All right, guys, the feds are not local police. It's very, very clear that anybody who's saying that knows abso-fucking-lutely nothing about federal law enforcement. They clearly don't know anything and have never read a single case of a single federal investigation or arrest in their entire life. The feds routinely take 1 to 3 years before they arrest anybody. All right, that is normal. Local police will arrest you if they have reasonable information. If they've got enough to get an arrest warrant, local police will arrest you for a felony. All right, straight up. They need probable cause sometimes to arrest you. Federal law enforcement doesn't do that. They sometimes wait until they have 3 or 4 felonies that they know there's a minimum of a 95% chance they're going to get a conviction or a plea bargain. That's how long the feds wait. They don't just go, we think it's most likely, we think we'll probably get it. They wait until their case is so ironclad that when they make that arrest, they're going to be able to lock you up and throw away the key. Look at what happened with Jared Fogle. Perfect example. They didn't arrest him first. They arrested people in his nonprofit organization first for the child pornography, right? For the child pornography ring, they arrested people in his nonprofit organization, and they waited months to arrest him until enough people rolled on him that they had enough information to lock him up and get that pedophile off the street and in a damn prison cell where he needs to be. All right, there's another place I think pedophiles need to be besides a prison cell, and that's in a hole in the ground. But, that's not legal at this time. But you guys get the idea. They waited. They got other people. They made several sets of arrests before they hit him. They collected more evidence, got people to roll, got people to squeal. So it's pretty clear that Richard's pissed off at Mike because Mike kind of threw him further under the bridge in his last video, screaming he was innocent and he was tricked and he didn't know nothing about no steroids. Sorry, that was my Ronnie Coleman imitation. I don't know nothing about no steroids. You guys all remember that clip. But that's basically what Mike's thing was. But here's the thing. What are the facts that we know? Let's drop all the speculation. What facts do we know? We know Mike was a part owner in the gym where the office was run that collected the money. We know that the guy made from the office of the gym that Mike Rashid owns, he made $10 million in sales. All right, the DEA has released that. We know that Mike said the guy had asked him, could they store steroids on site at the gym? And Mike told him no. We know that Mike knew the operation existed. All right, Mike knew the operation existed. He advertised it on his channel. He advertised it in his commercials, and he advertised it in a Rick Dresden interview, which I ripped a copy of. He knew they were selling steroids. He's admitted to that. He advertised for them publicly on his channel and in an interview on Rick Dresden's channel. He advertised for them, saying they were selling steroids. Now, he claims he didn't know it was illegal. He also claims, and this is what we know, that he did research and investigated it. We also know that when you go look at the website, which is still up, they very clearly have illegal steroids that you cannot get a prescription for in the United States. There are illegal felony drugs on the front page of the website. So we know that either he didn't actually go look at the website or Mike doesn't know anything about steroids. It has to be one of those, but what we know is that he claims he researched and he claims he thought it was perfectly legal. He also admits that the guy was an investor in his gym business, right? An investor in his gym business, which also means that there's a possibility that illegal drug money was used to fund the gym, in which case Mike admitted to money laundering. If that's actually the case, that's what we know. All right, that's what we know. Mike also claims that he asked the feds and they told him his gym wasn't under investigation. Now, a lot of that led people to speculate, make speculations. There's a video out claiming that Mark Lobliner and Mike Rashid rolled on Richard Rodriguez. That is being said out there. I don't know if that's true. But what we do know is that Richard Rodriguez is about to hit Mike with something. Because here's the other things you've got to look at. He's saying, he's basically saying he played stupid like he didn't know anything. He's publicly playing stupid. That means that Richard's about to say, most likely, that, no, here's the role Mike Rashid played. Because, all right, he knew about the business. He advertised it. But he didn't want the business directly connected with his, as in he didn't want the drugs stored, any of them stored there. His legitimate public business. Instead, where were the drugs stored? What does the DEA said? The DEA said the drugs were stored and shipped not out of Miami, Florida, where he had his gym, but in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, where does Mike Rashid live? Where's his home? Phoenix, Arizona. Over 1,000 miles away, all the way on the other side of the country. Just by coincidence, Mike tells him, we can't store the stuff at my gym, my legitimate business. I don't want it stored here. And he said the guy agreed to that. So the guy instead is storing the stuff and shipping it from a city all the way across the country, the same city Mike Rashid lives in. We know Mike Rashid runs multiple businesses in Phoenix. What do you guys think he's about to roll on Mike for? Because Mike played stupid, and it was very obvious he was playing stupid because Mike had right there publicly advertised all these steroids while claiming they were legal, claiming he researched, but any idiot could figure out in 5 minutes or less that it wasn't legal. You could look at their website and tell it was an illegal operation, that it was black market. It was very blaringly obvious to anyone who knows about steroids at all, anything. And Mike Rashid's around pro bodybuilders all the time, very clearly looks like a steroid user. It wouldn't be a far-fetched assumption to assume Mike probably dabbles in the gear a bit. I don't think that's an unreasonable assumption. Oh, he claims he's natural? Well, so does Simeon Panda and Mike O'Hearn. Come on, guys. Get fucking real. Not a far-fetched assumption. It's fair to say he's been around the whole game enough that he knows about steroids he's probably never used. He talks with pro bodybuilders all the time. All his buddies are bodybuilders. He's around this stuff all the time. Someone would have told him at some point, hey, this is illegal. I know you're saying this is legal, but you do know it's not. You guys remember even Lobliner publicly said, and he claims he's good friends with Mike Rashid publicly, right? Lobliner said, I don't know how this guy's getting prescriptions for this stuff legally. While Mark was endorsing the business, right? Even Mark knows, wait, this stuff's not legal. How's he doing it legal? Because he wasn't, because you can't. I'm sure he mentioned that to Mike. So Mike knew it was illegal. Mike knew it was illegal. And just coincidentally, all the stuff is being shipped and stored and probably manufactured out of the same city Mike lives in all the way across the country just by chance. Maybe, but I doubt it. So, what is Richard about to roll on Mike on? He's probably going to roll on Mike for being part of the distribution of the operation. That's what he's going to roll on. Now, people would say, why would he do that? What would be in it for him? Well, when you're looking at $10 million in distribution and advertising of illegal anabolic steroids, you're looking at 20 to life. You're looking at 20 to life in a federal prison. 20 to life. When they come to you and say, hey, you roll on everybody, you tell us what you know about Mike, you tell us what you know about Lobliner, you tell us what you know about everybody involved, you get your lawyer in here, let's work out a plea bargain. We'll give you 10 years in a white-collar prison, low-security white-collar prison, where you have access to a weight room and a tennis court and a swimming pool. We'll give you 10 years instead of 20 to life if you're convicted on a plea bargain if you turn all these people over. In fact, you're going to tell us that Mike Rashid might have been the primary distributor, the one running the distribution operation all the way across the country because he just happened to live in the same city that it was being distributed from? Okay, we'll give you 5 years. If you roll on him and give us enough stuff to throw him under the bus and everyone he had working for him there. That's what's about to happen. He's about to roll on Mike Rashid. Because that's how this stuff works. And that's why the feds are waiting. The feds are waiting till they have sworn testimony and evidence, maybe emails, messages, whatever, from Mike back and forth talking about distribution or something. Directly with Richard. And when Richard hands them all of that and they have his sworn testimony, he gets a reduced sentence. Because nobody wants to do 20 to life. I don't care how hard you fucking think you are. You don't want 20 to life in prison. And you know what? It's going to make it real easy for him to make that decision when Mike acted stupid and badmouthed him and acted like Richard tricked him into this when it was very clear Mike was in on it. Very, very clear. His own words and what he said betrays him. All right, he basically snitched on himself in his last big video. It's going to be real easy for Richard when he feels like Mike badmouthed him and is just throwing him under the bus publicly when he should have kept his fucking mouth shut. The best thing Mike Rashid could have done is to shut his fucking mouth and lawyer up. But Mike is fucking stupid, and it's really obvious when you listen to him talk about things like overtraining. So he hasn't gone and done basic research on what overtraining is. When he talks about overtraining, you can tell he's fucking stupid. He's clearly too stupid to shut his goddamn mouth when he's looking at 20 to life in federal prison. If that's not fucking stupid, I don't know what is. He should have shut his mouth. Instead, he threw this guy under the bus. Well, that makes it a lot easier for him to make a decision to roll on him now, doesn't it? Oh, let's see. Throw somebody else under the bus who just threw me under the bus and get 10 years less time in prison? That's not a tough choice at all. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.